You may be relieved to know, or at least I am, that my little ultimatum thing last month paid off. I had asked for 100 people to sign up to do a mini assembly. The good news is we are well on the way to 200 people. So thanks for all of those of you who committed to this world-shattering process. Well, maybe, I hear you say. A friend said to me recently that assemblies are a bit of a flavour of the month at the moment. The problem with a word like assembly is that people think it's just a thing, one thing amongst the thousands of ideas that we are bombarded with in our information-saturated society. In fact, assemblies, meaning when communities come together to discuss what is going on and what needs to be done, are as old as the hills. They have been happening for at least 10,000 years, in fact a lot longer. And more to the point, they are the central social form of radical and revolutionary political change. A lot more important than individual action or top-down leaders telling people what to do routines. They are then, in our present context, the real deal. In 2018, I told a Guardian journalist that mass civil disobedience on the climate would happen within 2 years. Of course, what I meant was not that it would 100% happen, but rather that the social form was developed enough to go massive, and the context would provide fertile ground. All it needed was a group of people to plant the seed, nurture it to take off. And that is what happened when the XR co-founders made the prediction come true in 2019. I could smell it. I totally knew that it could happen. But this is not about some vague intuition. I will now predict that radical assembly-based political parties will be massive social events in the next 5 years in Western democracies. I can smell this too, and I think it's totally doable. With civil disobedience, I think the social form of assemblies has now been developed to the point where it can take off. And of course, the context is enormously fertile for a seed to be planted and nurtured, with disillusionment and a sense of betrayal higher than any point since World War II. As many of you know, my big thing is about the devil being in the detail. That is what I want written on my gravestone. There are assemblies, and we need to attend to both the micro-design and the sequencing, how they lead to a concrete pathway to power, meaning local, national, and then international transformation, system change. It's easy to get assemblies on the go, but if the details are not sorted, then they will go nowhere. In 2015, when I was starting my research in London, some of my friends helped set up the Radical Assemblies movement in the city, which involved thousands of people, but it crashed into a rump of enthusiasts within 6 months. The assemblies were chaotic and there was no clear plan. What you need is discipline, organisation and structure. And yes, a super cool and credible plan. I do not have the space here to go through all the details of what has now been developed. I have, however, just written a book about it, inverted commas, Out of Nowhere, Assemblies and Revolutions, the bottom for details. I do want to give you a few stats and ratios so you know that I'm not just being rhetorical. Many great people have helped develop an assembly format that can now get thousands of people involved in a matter of weeks. This system was prototyped in the mad rush of last year's general election. 1 hour of promotion brackets door knocking stalls, led to one person coming to a local assembly. Over half the people in the assembly gave a donation, and 60% signed up to help promote future assemblies, which would agree a programme for a local independent community candidate. Put these numbers through 7 to 8 iterations, and you get the thousands of people needed for the groundwork to win a local UK constituency, brackets around 15,000 votes. Subsequent assemblies in UK cities like Hull and Bristol have produced similar numbers. In the upcoming German election, many assemblies of 5 to 10 people have led to 3 people signing up to do another assembly. Even if only two mini assemblies happen, and we start off with 200 people, get to over 10,000 assemblies within 6 months, involving 50,000 people. You can see what I mean. The dynamo is there with these designs that we have in place. So maybe the default is not the inevitable rise of the far right, Farage and co., but a popular left alternative, which I am saying is now entirely within our agency to create, which is exciting. So don't miss out signing up to do a mini assembly yourself. It takes just 1.5 hours and involves 5 to 10 of your friends. It could be the most important 1.5 hours of your life. It's also good to chat. And then the details about signing up and the details of signing up to get the book when it comes out.